Welcome back to the GSL Code S. Tastes and Artosis here. Tastosis, the casting Archon, getting ready to cast some more awesome games for you guys here today.
Oh, yeah.
Slayer's Boxer up against Sen. And I honestly feel like Sen would be the favorite in this, you know?
You think so? You know, I give Sen a little edge up. Slayer's Boxer has been kicking serious ass lately. He's been playing so well. But as far as styles go, stylistically speaking, this matchup, Sen is a solid macro player. And he's not an abusive macro player, he's a solid macro player. Like, Boxer against, let's say, Rhett. I give a slight edge to Boxer because he's someone who's going to oftentimes punish for a slightly more abusive macroer. But Sen is just a pretty solid one.
He's right down the middle.
Yeah.
Straight-laced Zerg.
Yeah, and that's going to be what Boxer has a hard time with. That's the style that matches up really well against Boxer's style, where he's a little bit weaker on the macro.
The map will be in Tomed Valley. It's where they keep the tomes of all the nerds that Sen and Slayer's Boxer have killed.
It's where they're going to bury all of the nerds that Tasteless destroys on the ladder.
That's right. They're all there.
By the way, if you've been destroyed on the ladder recently, it's probably Tasteless.
Probably. Got the ladder a bunch on my break. And we're actually going to get right into this. We're moving along quite quickly here. So get ready for Slayer's Boxer, the legend, the original, the OG of esports pro gamers.
The Emperor.
The Emperor himself, up against Sen, one of the best non-Korean Zergs, actually one of the best non-Korean players in the world from StarCraft 1 Brood War, now here in Korea.
Sponsored by Hot 6.
So they're just talking about how sexy you were. All right, in the upper left, our Terran player, known as the Emperor, his ID is
Slayer's Boxer.
I still want to go up that ramp into the command center whenever I see it.
One day, Tasteless.
One day. Across the map in the bottom right. A shot of Slayer's Boxer. I'm sorry, on the opposite side of the map, we have our Zerg player from Taiwan. His ID, known around the world, is none other than
Kamanyase.
I so want to climb up one of those gross tubes on the hatchery.
I think they're like little slides you actually slide down.
Well, I'm going to
crawl
it's
Discovery
into
Zone.
One, and that's look. You have your dream
and there's
house,
gonna be a
the
little
command
larva
center.
sliding down. Like, get out of the way. All right. Well, we're already off to
a Slayer's Boxer.
A Slayer's Boxer start. All right.
Double barracks.
Double
middle
barracks.
Of the map. All right. So there's some interesting things about this map and the way it's laid out. First off, Sen's second Overlord. Where is it going to go? Oh my God!
Is it going to see it? Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Slayer's Boxer. That's a big deal. When Sen glances at his mini-map in a second, he's going to know exactly what's going on. Where's his pool? There we go. He's getting his pool right away.
Sen's glasses are going to fog up right now with anger that he's being double-braxed. Now, here's one thing to keep in mind, guys. Slayer's Boxer's control is good enough that he oftentimes still wins.
Oh, yeah. No, this, even though you scout it, when you scout it, your heart is beating even faster than before you scout it as a Zerg player. And he's going to have to really micro well. He's going to have to make the right decisions, how many drones come down, when to run, when to attack. And notice he's trying to keep his drone out there a little bit longer to watch the exact timing of units moving in. He has to react to this perfectly.
Okay. A lot of this will just come down to unit control. That's more Slayer's Boxer's strong point.
Mm-hmm.
Sen's control is very good, but
great amount of drones, bringing 7 drones right now.
This is a very safe. And look at that, just go straight for the bunker.
That was a great decision. See, every decision like this, Sen has to make right. He takes the damaged drone to make the spine. Here we go, once again. Can he get a cancel? Can he get a cancel? Oh! And
nice.
He does. Very well done. 12 Zerglings on the way, a spine crawl on the way. Sen perfectly handling that.
That was actually pretty damn impressive, Artosis.
It was perfect. He could not have handled it better.
He did not lose a single drone.
Mm-hmm. Without any doubt, man.
Slayer's Boxer's barracks are now stuck in the middle of the map, which puts him in a really bad position because if the Zerglings can get to the barracks, they can even kill the barracks.
Oh, no! A mistake by Sen. He's got to be careful about that. He wants to keep his Zerglings alive.
I actually can't believe he went there.
Yeah, that was a little bit too risky, man.
Oh, no.
A little bit too risky there. And in fact, Slayer's Boxer are going to catch these.
All right, I guess every turn.
Oh, Sen, you poor guy. You did everything perfect till that. So he's lost a ton of Zerglings. It's not the most gigantic deal. He still has enough at home to defend for now. He is making a second spine, realizing that he's blundered a little bit. He is spreading some creep. Hopefully here he's going to spread some creep in a second to make sure everything's defended well. That's very good placement on the spine crawlers. So Sen is still completely fine. But Boxer making more barracks. He might just go for a Super Marine and possibly SCV as well. Timing attack from this.
Yeah, I mean, he might as well. Although, then again, the fact that he's moving the barracks over here makes you think he might just go into a standard game. We'll see.
Yeah, it definitely could be.
Okay, Sen needs to react fast, and he does.
You know, if you make non-stop Marines off of 4 racks after you expand, then that can be quite strong. But actually, he's making another command center, so he wants to catch up economically. As is, though, those 2 spines and the Zerglings with the Queen. More than enough to hold that all off. Great defense by Sen, even though he lost a few Zerglings in there.
And
wow.
I don't know if he's going to keep cranking out Marines. He might, now that he's completely walled in, just put 1 or 2 behind the barracks.
Yeah, whether he stays non-stop Marines or not is not the big question here. He definitely might to try to just hit some more timings where it's like, oh, Sen, did you mess up? Then I can kill you. Because Marines are pretty useful all game. But Sen, in the meantime, he only has 1 gas, which is kind of interesting to me. He's really droning up oh so heavily. And I like it. It's a good choice, especially against Slayer's Boxer, who right now has been making a 3rd command center. So he's going to power into SCVs quite strong. Quite strong. Great English.
We have the Tech Lab finishing. So yeah, he is going to go ahead and go for Marines. Just a lot of Marines out of each of those barriers. Get the combat shields and probably stims shortly after that. Note the 4th gas, which oddly enough is in the main now for Sen, has not been taken.
Sen continuing to try to scout.
And Sen will go ahead and expand now.
He does not know how many barracks Slayer's Boxer has. He hasn't been up that ramp at all. He doesn't know that there's 4. He doesn't know that combat shields, well, he probably figures combat shields on the way. That one's pretty easy. But, you know, everything else Sen is not privy to right now. And, ooh, okay, so Sen right now making a lot of lings, getting his 3rd base, speed, and a Baneling Nest. Now, this is a good move by Sen. I like this, because when your opponent goes 2 barracks, if they don't do a lot of damage with it, their siege tanks and their stim upgrades are going to be very, very late, in which case a mass Baneling Zergling attack, a timing attack after a good amount of drones, can sometimes cripple them. And I think that's probably what we're going to see Sen go for here. Not 100% certain about it yet. You know, it's not at all going to even be all-in-ish if he does do something like that. But he does have a good amount of Zerglings right now.
All right, so we have the Banelings on the way now.
Those may just be defensive Banelings for these Marines that are incoming.
That's what it looks like.
And that's, I mean, it's a good choice because there are a lot of Marines coming, man.
Zergling speed is done now. Oh, God, once again.
And now he sees, oh, this is serious, and he just made 12 drones right as this attack was coming.
Oh,
this
man.
is a great scenario for Slayer's Boxer, but he has to walk up creeped ramps. Sen has pushed his creep just enough.
Here's where we're going to see if his control is as good as Jockg's if he pushes any further. Jockg actually gunned down the Banelings. Can Slayer's Boxer do that? I don't know.
Well, that was a great scan to get rid of some of the creep tumors, get rid of some of the scouting, and oh my god! Oh, great placement by Sen on the spine there. It's a little bit too far back for the Marines to be able to hit it comfortably and not let the Banelings get great surface area on them. Alright, so right now, Sen is looking really good, man. He's droning once again. He's already up to 62 drones. I feel like I gotta whisper because it's so awesome. Slayer's Boxer, though, man. 49 SCVs. He's starting to see chicks.
The Queen.
Good.
Perhaps to go out there and lay some more creep. Suddenly realizing, nope. The Marines are right on the edge there so that the creep will dissipate the longer that they're there. So this can be risky what Slayer's Boxer is doing because basically if he's not reinforcing constantly, he can get overwhelmed. But then again, the spread here for the Marines is pretty damn good, too.
Oh, I love this play by Sen. He's right now getting that infestation pit and a lot more Zerglings. His +1 carapace is going to finish quite soon. His +1 attack a little bit later. But I really like this play by Sen. He's getting plenty of units right now. He knows that these units of Slayer's Boxer are close by, and he needs a lot of units to be able to deal with them. And in fact, he's completely right because 2 siege tanks are now here.
Okay, now he's got to be careful. Slayer's Boxer.
Oh my God, the siege tanks are out of position here. And Slayer's Boxer has to target the Banelings. He targets 1. And only did 2 targetings there. He missed at least 1 tank volley on those Banelings. He could have killed all of them.
A little bit surprising to see Slayer's Boxer actually not positioned like that. You know, I mean, his army was spread out in kind of a weird way.
Right, Sen's going to try to do a flank here, and we'll see how good the flank is. The Banelings rolling in here, but Slayer's Boxer spreading well.
Oh, he's got it. No problem.
Yeah,
no problemo. Takes
Sen,
out all
wow.
that. And, you know, there you go. Slayer's Boxer, not with the same kind of unit controls, Jack G. Obviously, the scenarios were slightly different, but still.
Yeah.
When he lost those tanks, you should have just turned around.
You know, that was a very difficult time. Sen had more than enough Zerglings. Luckily, he had the 4 hatches. He had thrown up that macro hatch. He had been making Zerglings since before the attack came. If he just started making Zerglings when he saw the attack already past the watchtower, then Slayer's Boxer's decision would have been correct. But as was, Sen was ready. His upgrades were ready. Now he's going 2-2. And in the pathogen glands for infestors, as well as Hive, taking a 4th base. Everything looks beautiful for Sen right now. He's in a great spot.
Yeah, he really is. So, well, where do we go from here? I mean, the Lings are right now destroying the rocks. He has good map control. He's taking another base. Sen is looking fantastic. Slayer's Boxer, turtled up here in kind of a defensive position, is now taking his 3rd base, while securing that 3rd base. Now, I don't know if dropping is going to be the best here. I mean, the Spinecrawler defense is pretty good. He seems to have a Spinecrawler at every single expansion.
Yeah, you're quite right. I mean, and that's smart to do. If you're going infestor-based play, you should have spines everywhere to help deal with drops, because obviously you don't have any mutas.
Yeah.
So a very good choice. And Slayer's Boxer is going to find this frustrating.
I do not agree with him pushing here at all. Although Sen not paying attention here, a little bit shocking.
Well, Slayer's Boxer.
I don't know about this push, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is something that Sen should be able to crush. Right now, he has 104 Lings, 9 Banes, and 4 Infestors.
And the funny thing is, he's seeing the size of the army as he's pushing. Like he's
This is what we call a terrible decision. In fact, a beautiful fungal growth, and he's just going to roll through this. Slayer's Boxer losing another set of siege tanks. I mean, he is so far behind right now. Slayer's Boxer is going to have the hardest time to win this.
Well, I mean, he threw away all of his siege tanks. He's got to start over. And as you can see, with this many bases, the number of Banelings that are out, I mean, even if you get a few Marines, they're just going to be fungal.
Yeah, you can't be giving up armies. And if you are, they need to be trading aggressively with similar expense of units or similar tech of units. In this case, it's basically been Ling Bane all game from Sen. So, I mean, he's in perfect shape right now. Is he going to go Ultralisks? I'm looking for it. I think he is. He's getting the Adrenal as well as the +3 Carapace. But he does have that Hive tech. I mean, if that was just for Adrenal and +3, I'd be very surprised.
Even the add-on over there, blocking the siege tanks. And Slayer's Boxer again pushing. Meanwhile, Sen almost maxed out. Now, maybe if Sen miscontrols in one of these attacks, then maybe...
Well, you know, the siege tank count is getting up pretty good for Slayer's Boxer. He's done a good job of replacing his siege tanks, but imagine if he had every siege tank that he's lost so far. You know, he'd be up quite a bit higher on siege tanks. He has 5 with this army, and he lost 4 and 2 before, I believe. So that would be 11 siege tanks, which against Infestors and Banes would be amazing.
All right, he's moving out now. Sen has to decide the perfect moment to attack. Just enough here to defend from that drop.
Oh, and Sen actually taking a lot of damage.
Uh-oh. Fungal!
Great fungal right there.
Unbelievable.
A flank as well. Slayer's Boxer once again losing his army.
All right, well, look, Slayer's Boxer does not seem to have a plan. I mean, he's basically attacking when he's not maxed out. The Zerg is maxed out. Let me tell you something, even when you're both maxed out, the Zerg army is still pretty strong. If he's maxed out and you're not, you have to survive until you're maxed out. Or do some kind of harass.
Well, Sen right now moving up. He has Ultras on the way now. Just going to run through the center here, most likely with all of his units. He has a ton of Zerglings still. 122 Zerglings out on the map. Oh, God. His upgrades are phenomenal. Ultras on the way, of course.
No Marines here to defend. Yeah, and yet another moment where these tanks are just completely wiped out. And
Slayer's
I have to say,
Boxer.
I'm a little bit disappointed with Slayer's Boxer in this game.
Yeah, strategically, he's not playing up to par here on Sen's level. He's letting Sen destroy his army over and over. You cannot let that happen.
And a bunch of infested Terrans here.
And Sen
might not actually work there. He kind of threw those away.
Yeah, that was a pretty deep overextension there. He lost every infestor.
But the truth is, it's 172 to 111.
But you gotta be careful, man. Boxer is on 4 base now, which is the same amount of bases as Sen. I mean, that was actually losing 6 infestors in that spot. I think that was one of the bigger blunders of the game.
If you notice, we had Legend clicking on a few of the different buildings here. You can see he's actually over-queued his units. He has 4 siege tanks queued up.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
you're right.
And he has 3 at his other factories. So what this tells us, guys, that although Slayer's Boxer's money's low, his money is low, it doesn't mean he's spending it efficiently.
Yeah. So he could have more units out there. Not the case this time. More and more drops, trying to do something here.
This may be a situation where if Slayer's Boxers, it was macroing normally at home, he probably would have had more effective pushes, but instead he's not macroing well. Even though his money's low, he's like, well, normally when I am at this point in the game, I attack.
Could be something like that, absolutely. And
yeah.
Sen very smartly finally putting up a Spire. A switch into Broodlords may be needed to make all these tanks on siege. You know, I'm really sad, once again, I have to point out how big throwing away all those infestors for no damage was. That was Sen being like, all right, the game's over, I win.
Yeah.
But that was far too early for something like that. You know, you crushed attack after attack after attack, but you can never stop trying in StarCraft 2. People can come back.
Yeah, especially the skill level. I mean, if you let your guard down, man, bad things can happen.
Absolutely.
What do you think? He's going to throw up a bunch of infested Terrans and then go in there?
There's definitely a possibility for that. Throwing them on siege tanks when there's this many can be super powerful.
SCV ready.
Also, if you could sneak in and fungal SCVs, a couple fungals will kill off a ton of SCVs, which is always nice.
All right, what's he going to do?
I like Slayer's Boxer's wall, man. Stopping that beautiful move that SM wants to do. Oh, this drop by Slayer's Boxer right now on the 5th base is very smart. If he could possibly kill that hatchery, then that could be something that could lead to a victory even.
Well, he's not quitting with the drops. The Spire is going to complete probably by the time I finish the sentence.
Oh my god, in fact, he's going to Spire.
Yeah.
So he's going to really invest into air units. Going to get a lot of upgrades.
Yep. To Slayer's Boxer's credit, he is now almost maxed out.
Yeah, he's done a good job of it.
The overextension with those investors paid off.
Yeah, that was a lot of gas that Sen no longer has. He's had to repurchase some infestors. In fact, if he had 6 infestors out, he could be fungaling medevacs, you know, throwing up infesteds, whatever he wanted.
We've got ghosts now on the way. He's getting cloak.
A very good choice indeed. He's going to need that against the mass Broodlords, which are incoming. He is making corruptors already, getting a greater Spire as well. This is
you can see there's some debate by Sen.
Okay, well, I guess, are we going to do it? We're going to do it!
All right, nice. Just Fungals there.
And that is so many siege tanks, man. I have nothing but stress for whatever battle's going to happen.
He gets both the infestors.
He does indeed. There are a couple buried there still.
Buried?
Yes. All right. Well, they're kind of buried in a sense. Is there not dirt on top of these infestors?
Instead of burrowed, it's buried.
Yeah, man, they're buried. They're buried in the sand, man.
What's when you burrow in a hurry? All right, Greater Spire almost done.
He's making a lot of corruptors right now. 8 more. That's going to give him 12 total. And, I mean, 12 broods right now would be something else.
I want to point something out our toes. Just look at Sen's money. And that's not a bad thing, guys. It's good because he's maxed out. He can really not spend his money on anything else.
Sen is one of these players that every time he will make, you know, like 10 spines and then make all of his broods and then cancel the spines to go up to 200 plus supply. But Boxer's attacking right now, and this is perfect timing. Only 1 Broodlord on the way.
We got a counterattack.
This is kind of crazy, Tasteless. This is kind of crazy.
I don't know if Sen should be doing this.
This is great timing by Slayer's Boxer, though. And it looks like he just barely won't kill that, which is... Oh, no, Sen! Well, he's making 11 broods now, so we're going to have to see how 11 broods go. As far as the Viking count, it's at 0, but he does have additional starports. He is getting Viking attack. So he realizes that Broodlords are an eventuality, and he just scanned them, in fact. Now, this is the most important moment of this game. Sen needs to not overmake Broodlords. We've seen him lose tournaments before because of that. In fact, most top Zergs have done that before. He is making 6 more Corruptors. I hope he keeps them in Corruptor mode. He does not need more than the 12 Broods he has.
A drop over here of the fresh expansion of Sen. And I don't know. All right, I don't think Slayer's Boxer paid attention to be dropped here, but he just wants to save time. I think Slayer's Boxer suspects the Broodlords are going to be coming at him.
Yeah, and, well, they definitely should be pretty soon here. In fact, he's bringing his army up to meet him.
Oh, he's going to get that hatchery, too.
Oh, my God.
Guys, this is getting bad.
Sen is barely mining now, and they both have similar banks. Thing is, the army of Sen right now is better, but that may not last forever because we do have Vikings on the way.
He's already lost the expansion at the bottom left. Oh, you know, this is like a situation where Sen just didn't handle himself correctly once he got the lead.
Yeah, you know,
if he gets this
a lot
hatchery
has gone wrong. He's kind of fallen apart here. And he needs to stop worrying about these so much. Does he still have the Corruptors? He still has 6 Corruptors out. He has some Infestors. Sen needs to actually get busy because there's a lot of Vikings on the way.
Oh, man, this is painful to watch. Look, Sen, I think, is doing what he should have done a while ago, which was push out with the Broodlords and his army.
Well, he needs to have the whole army there. He cannot let Marines stim and run under. He needs to be able to fungal any Vikings and kill them off, because otherwise they are going to kite everything to death.
It's too bad he lost those Infestors early, too. It kind of made his tech switch a little bit bad. He could have thrown an Infestor in each expansion.
I tell you,
and here we go. And he could have fungled the Medivacs.
I'm getting some heart palpitations here. He needs to make those tanks in siege, then attack instantly with his Ultras. Is this his whole army? Where's the rest of his army?
I have no idea.
That's a lot of Vikings out there right now. Oh, man, this is not going
And
well.
actually, if that's too many Vikings, he's going to lose all the Broodlords, and that's effectively the game in a way.
Yeah, no, you're very right. He needs to stall out, get more anti-air down there. He's making more Corruptors and some more Infestors as well. Of course, Infestors can be very good in this situation, but these Vikings may have long enough to kill too many. Infestors are going to be popping out. How many Broodlords is Slayer's Boxer going to get for free here? Okay, good fungal. We just had a great fungal, in fact. It's so important, these fungals.
Again, really nice fungals, but there's just so many Infestors. If you note, Slayer's Boxer's now whittled his minerals down to a very low amount, but he's going to push along with this drop, destroying the hatcheries.
Well, we have more Corruptors coming out, but these Broodlords not going into the battle, just the Ultras going. No, Sen just not attacking correctly here. And Slayer's Boxer, against all odds, is going to hold and likely kill Sen at this point.
The audience in our studio is going wild right now, as you can see Sen was in such a powerful position but managed to bungle it. He completely botched this game.
He did, but hey, looks like he's killed off this army finally. Thing is, Slayer's Boxer is mining more than Sen right now. Sen is barely mining at this point, and in fact, one of Sen's only expansions may not quite go down. We're not going to show that. Okay, there it is.
There it is. Check for the planet. Is there a planetary at the upper right, Artosis?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and there will be a planetary.
Slayer's Boxer starting to put planetaries all over the place.
Yep.
Adding Marauders into this mix. Vikings against the 2/2 Corruptors. Vikings do have +1.
Just so many of these Vikings here.
Yeah.
Man, this sucks. I mean, when you realize how long it takes you to get that many Broodlords?
No, I know. Sen right now, I can't even tell you what's probably going through Sen's mind.
This is such a sad game, guys.
It is so sad. He had this game. Very much in hand.
And now you can see he's not even going to micro back here. I don't know. I think Sen, this is really going to hurt, guys. Yep, GG. That is something that just should not have happened, but that's the way that tournaments go sometimes. You have to stay consistent the entire way through.
You cannot ever give up anything. against Slayer's Boxer. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Sen gave up 6 crucial infestors. Think of all the battles against the Vikings that ended up losing him the game. If he had 6 more infestors, imagine what those look like. Imagine all the drops if he has all those fungals and all those infestarians. Sen has to be kicking himself.
I want to go give him a hug, man.
No, I
actually,
know.
that was just such a sad,
I tell you
sad game.
I've lost games like that before, Tasteless. I don't want to give him a hug. I just want to let him be because that's all I ever
Just
want.
get so pissed off somebody comes up and hugs you. Don't touch me. No, I really do feel bad for Sen that game. I mean, he could still win the next 2 games, but after a loss like that, that is going to affect your play.
That is disheartening. Sen, though, he is a consummate pro. So if anyone can hold on at this point, it would be him.
We will see. The map is going to be Daybreak next. It's a good map for Zergs. Not imbalanced, but it's a map where you got a good distance from them. We'll see if he can wash his hands from that previous game.
I hope so,
and
man.
go into this one.
I hope he
bring
purifies
100%.
those hands in fire, Tasteless. Who
Doug
needs
goes hands in
fingerprints?
bleach, man.
Yeah. Well, this is it for Sen. Does he go to Code 8 or does he have a chance to continue to move forward in Code S?
We're going to find out soon. Wow, what a game. What a comeback.
Oh, wow. Slayer's Boxer just said good work in Chinese to Sen.
Wow.
And then Sen said good work to Boxer in Korean.
Damn.
Wow, we are an
We're
international
all just
tournament.
a bunch of smart international nerds down here.
That's right, man.
All right. The game is now loading, or has loaded. And we're going to get this going here. Slayer's Boxer, the legend, defeating Sen in a game Sen had like 99%. Can he come back? Or will Slayer's Boxer manage to make this a 2-0, solidifying his comeback here in Code S? Who knows? Maybe we'll see Sen turn this around and have a foreigner start